Hello everyone, it's Saffron here. I'm at Growing in Harmony for this week's update. We haven't got a huge amount of news to tell you this week, but the very exciting news that we do have is that our lovely trainee Molly has a job. So that's kind of the purpose of the trainees coming here. This is a paid job, but it's temporary, and the idea is to help them into more permanent work. And Molly has got a landscaping job, which is exactly what she'd hoped for. So she's started already. She's starting today, so I can't chat to her about that because she's already there. But yeah, we're really pleased for her, and it's lovely to have a bit of a success story to share, and be able to say what's going on for the trainees. And we're hoping that our other trainees will find lovely jobs for themselves as well, because we've got these trainees until the end of December, so that's Ryan, Dan and Thomas. We've got another month and a half with them, and then we're going to bring in some new trainees, which will be really good. But our hope is that we can help Dan and Ryan and Thomas to find work before they finish here. So at the moment they're working on some housing for the birds, because we're still, we will for a while be in the middle of the bird flu restrictions, so the ducks haven't had very much space. I don't know if you saw that I mentioned last week that the ducks weren't very thrilled. I think that might have been in our newsletter, that they weren't very thrilled with their smaller space. So the trainees, Dan in particular, is working on extending their little living space. So I'm going to go and speak to Dan about that now. Let me turn the camera around. There we go. Hello, Dan.
You alright?
Yes, are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. So yeah, we're just because obviously the ducks are, they're away in the home, and it's not that big for them.
It's just this little bit to the side here.
And obviously with the avian flu going about, we're going to have to keep them in, but we're feeling bad for them, so we're going to build a little extra room for them, and just build one of the side panels now, just to go on the side. We want to get it done as quick as possible for them, so they're not stuck.
Yeah.
Because Donald, he is a big duck.
He is, yeah.
So yeah. All this is finished now, isn't it?
Oh, this is the big covered growing area.
Bits, but that's all covered over now.
Yeah.
So it's just these and getting everyone ready for the fall, for the winter, innit?
Yep. Sounds like a good plan for the ducks. It's looking good.
Yeah, I've got Thomas helping me, just measuring it all up now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. Just give him a little box area. Get it.
There's Thomas.
So have a little run. Put some more water in there for him, because it'll go better for him.
Yeah, that looks good. So it's going to extend from where Thomas is measuring now.
Yeah. Over to the compost bins.
That's great. Oh, that'll be loads more space for them, won't it? So that's going to be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dan, and I'll head down this way now and go and see what Ryan's up to. And we'll have a little look at the fire on the way past. It's always nice to have a little look at the fire, isn't it? I'll pop in the polytunnels as well after I've spoken to Ryan. We've not got a lot to tell you about the growing at the moment. We've not a lot's changed from last week. The fire's producing a lot of smoke, but it's not very spectacular to look at, so we'll leave that and we'll just go and see Ryan. I can show you the growing area. Let's turn the camera around and see what we can see on the way past. So there's a lot of beds that are cleared. That one could do with clearing. I don't think there's anything of much use in there anymore. We'll go and see these artichokes over here, shall we? Because they're really lovely. I was really pleased with myself the other day because I got a question right on a quiz show about what family of plants do artichokes come from, and because I'd seen these, I could say that it was thistle, and you can see how thistly looking they are. They're beautiful with this lovely purple colour. This is them at their prettiest. So I'm not sure at which point you eat them, whether it's before or after they've done their lovely purple flowery thing. Francis would know more about that, wouldn't he? Yeah, you can just see in the background there's Ryan, so we'll walk round and see. And you can see above me as I'm walking along all of this green netting, and that's the bit that's going to protect all of our crops from the birds. So from the springtime, when it's all getting really full up, we'll be able to just work on these beds, and they won't need all of that netting around each of them because the whole area will be netted, and it'll be much more easy to work than it is when you're trying to clamber under netting all the time. So here's Ryan. Hiya.
Hiya, you alright?
Yes, are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
So what are you up to here?
Well, as you can see, we've just finished the bird proofing.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looks
Just to finish it
great.
off, finally finished it off.
Uh-huh.
Today I've been doing the chicken wire, make sure it's stapled on and no birds can fly through. And at the moment I'm just cutting all this excess netting off.
Okay.
It's kind of useless, and we're going to reuse this for making an enclosure for the ducks.
Ah, brilliant. So that's the bit that Dan and Thomas are working on now.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's good that it won't go to waste. I hadn't seen all the chicken wire.
Sorry?
I hadn't seen all the chicken
Right,
wire
yeah,
around it, yeah. You've done a really good job. So do you think the rabbits will be kept out now?
I think, there's a few more things we should do, like put chicken wire along the bottom, stop the
Yeah.
rabbits coming in. But, there's no guarantees really. But we've done our best, but it's definitely helped.
It's looking good. And I was just saying it'll be so much easier to work just under the one big covered area than trying to scramble around under nets on the individual beds. Yeah, it's looking really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later. So we'll just have a quick wander over to the polytunnel, have a little look at the seedlings. I won't go in both polytunnels today. I'll just go, let's go to this one, the one with the raised beds in it, so that we can see. Actually, I'm just wondering if I can get out this way. Oh yeah, I can. So we can see the plants that are in the ground and that are growing a bit bigger. We're very lucky to have all of this covered growing space because it means that we've got a much longer season. So we had a question on the Facebook page the other day about what can you grow at this time, and Francis and I were chatting about it this morning, and obviously we've got the ability to grow a bit more because we've got this polytunnel, which I will show you, which you've seen before, but here it is, that's got raised beds in it. So it's sort of an advantage over a greenhouse or a tunnel that's just got shelving, because we can put things in the ground and they're still in a covered area. So that's given us the capacity to grow more things. But I think if you don't have that and you're wanting to start things off indoors now and just see what you can grow, it's kind of peas and Chinese greens really. That's what Francis was saying. Other things to do, so you would start them off indoors and then plant them out once they're established, and you could cover them with fleece like this to protect them from frosts. I think we might have some cabbages under here. Yeah, they're just coming through. Well, not just coming through, they're getting a bit leafier now, so they'll get bigger and then they won't need the fleece as time goes on and into spring and stuff, but they'll take a while to grow. They'll grow all through the winter, and then these are the peas, these ones that are covered with fleece. That's why Molly's put their pea seedlings in, so we can have a little look and see their progress. They're looking bigger and stronger even from when I was in on Thursday, so that's lovely to see. There are plenty more pea seedlings. I'm just going to weigh that down so this is just to stop little critters getting under there and eating everything. So yeah, there are more pea seedlings in the other polytunnel, and they'll go in the rest of this framework, and then we've got cabbages and things to go in as well. And yeah, that's more or less all we've got going on at the moment. We're not going to be planting anymore, sowing any more seeds this year, and we're kind of working on clearing and building and composting and all the wintry jobs that are going to prepare the site for next year. So we've got some new raised beds that Dan and the other trainees have built, that we'll be able to just get ready and get some good composting and get them all nice and nourishing for the plants that will go in them in the spring. Obviously the bit of building to look after the ducks. What else are we doing? It's all those sorts of clearing and looking after everything, sorts of jobs at the moment. We've still got our avocado plants growing inside, which we're selling, so if you like an avocado plant, do let us know. We're charging £10 each for them. They're in quite big pots and they're quite well established, but they're house plants in this country. You wouldn't plant them outside because they don't like fluctuations in temperature, and they don't particularly like the cold either, and they will take a lot of years to fruit, so we tend not to grow them with the assumption that we're going to get anything off them. They take sort of 7 to 10 years to produce avocados, so it's just to have a nice house plant really that we have them. And I mean, they're quite nice to do yourself really, because it's a fun thing to do with kids to, you put the little toothpicks in the stone and watch the roots come out and watch the leaves grow up, and then you can put them in the soil. And I'll just stop rambling about avocados now, shall I? Because it's not really the main part of what we do. We've got the kids from Kirkleatham School coming shortly. We've got a few outside beds to clear with them. That should be good fun. And that's about it for our news. So yeah, our fundraiser's closed down now. We're withdrawing the funds from that, and we're going to use them for some composting bits, the things that we'll need through the winter to get everything prepared. And we'll be organising more fundraisers next year. Definitely doing more big long walks and things like that. So stay tuned. Oh yeah, other news. I've set up a Facebook page for Wolfie Carrot, our little logo mascot thing. So that's the one that will be running the Facebook page now, just so that I can separate out my Facebook from work Facebook and not be at work when I'm not at work. Boundaries, it's all about, isn't it? So yeah, so you'll see that on Facebook, and if you're part of the volunteer group, then you'll see it on there as well. And you're welcome to add Wolfie Carrot as a friend and stay up to date with all of the news from both of our sites here and the Harmony Hub. We've got big developments underway at the Harmony Hub. We had our meeting for the volunteer drivers on Friday, and we'll be opening back up soon with any luck. So I'll leave it there for this week, and I will speak to you again next week. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.